Hello everybody, my name is Cirque and welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone. I set up a little irrigation system behind me in our agrocraft bubble. So now our diamondalias are growing much faster. You can't bone meal these, so this is one way to speed up the growth quite a bit. Still working on the 10-10-10, probably not there yet, but it's going along. This thing is pretty easy to set up. It's just these little irrigation channels, and then you pull water out of a water tank, and you can actually put a bunch of these together and they'll make like a multi-block structure. I should have a bunch more in here. I had a bigger tank, but I don't need a bigger tank. So yeah, you can do this. The water, there's water in there because apparently it's technically always raining or something. There's something set up so that like barrels will always fill with water unless you cover them up. It's kind of strange. But yeah, so we have one of those water tanks up there, and then keeping it full, we have an infinite water, which is a very nice machine. This is basically just an infinite water source. We can pump water out and into the channel. So that's working great, keeping our crops alive. Eventually, when I finish up the agrocraft bubble or work on a little bit more, I'll make sure that the sprinklers are hitting all parts of the farmland. So whatever we put in here will grow super fast. Also, these fluid cows, someone said I should make a rancher to harvest the liquids from these. One thing you need to remember is I'm playing in Kappa mode. This is the recipe for a rancher. This stuff really wouldn't be too difficult. We're not quite there yet into Ender.io. But it's not like crazy stuff. We do need a QED for that. This thing might be a little bit more complicated. A Z logic controller, basically using like a zombie brain to control something very strange. But yeah, so a lot of the easy things that we should probably be using, we probably can't. like that, probably a lot of the Mind Factory Reloaded stuff. In the ME system, the applied energistics, those are a little ways off just because the recipes have been changed. So last episode, we did a bunch of crafting and a bunch of quests with the immersive engineering and magnetic craft mod, and I've been doing some research figuring out this stuff, and I figured some stuff out. So here we have the wind turbine we made last time from magnetic craft, and the way this thing works is you can connect power cables to it. It just needs to be the right one. And there's nothing that really tells you what this outputs. Apparently the wind turbine outputs low voltage. If we put medium voltage or high voltage cables, they don't connect. And then this dynamo, we can pick this up and move this kinetic dynamo or kinetic generator. Sorry, that's a kinetic dynamo over there. This thing takes medium voltage. So again, if we connect low voltage, doesn't work. High voltage doesn't work. Medium voltage, it works. So I have a low to medium voltage transformer here, and we can connect that up. So now this is getting some power. It's going to take a while to charge up, and then we can actually charge like this, a hardened energy cell. With that, get some redstone flux. I think this thing needs to like warm up. This voltage needs to go all the way up before it starts actually producing power. But I did actually fill this thing up already. And then I was using it to power this thing. This is a blast furnace preheater. With one of these on our blast furnace, it increases the speed of this by 2. If we had another one, it would increase it by 3. And I definitely will make another one eventually. But you can power this with the redstone flux from the top. So I just had that sitting on top. We can also put a connector on here like this, and I made we already had the kinetic dynamo, and I made a immersive engineering windmill, which is similar to that one but different. I can't tell like how much energy this one's outputting. There's no interface to the kinetic dynamo, but we can hook this up with low voltage coil and go right up here. With immersive engineering, the low voltage, medium voltage, and high voltage depends on how much redstone flux you're transmitting. I think anything below like 250 or so RF is low voltage, and I'm not sure what's medium or high voltage, but I know this thing is not outputting anywhere near that, so we're doing all right. Actually, it does say, well, it says 256 over 256. I wonder if we could, I don't know if that will just limit the power or if these have a chance of like exploding. That wouldn't be good. Maybe let's try putting a high voltage on there just to see what would happen. High voltage coil. So we'll connect that up and put that there. And we're linked to that and linked to that. So now that's getting 0 RF. That says 4,000 RF. 4,000 out of 4,000. So I don't know what that means. If that's working or not. That one says 0. Not entirely sure. We can see if this thing's running though, and if it's getting power though. If we put some steel or some iron in there to make some steel. So this thing, it's saying that it's staying full. 8,000 out of 8,000 RF. This thing is still at 0. But it seems like everything's working. So that's kind of cool. Oh, and there goes our kinetic generator there. That looks pretty cool. That thing's spinning so fast. And we are getting some power here. Not super fast, but we're getting some power. I think these things, they look really awesome. And I might have to put these around the base. Well, this thing emits redstone flux right out of it. So I wonder if we were to put one of these connectors right on an energy cell, is that going to work? If we do this and this, is that going to power it? It does. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. So we can easily convert immersive engineering to whatever we want because it's already using redstone flux. And with the kinetic generator, we could convert the magnetic craft stuff to redstone flux. I did a bunch of crafting off camera. There is a lot of stuff here. And I finished up almost all of the other quests that we had down in this quest line. So we can claim all these. There was a lot to make. And some of these, the numbers were kind of off. Like some of these, it would say to make like 4 fluid tanks, and it would actually want you to make like 8. I think it was kind of screwing up like the fluid tanks. I don't know for sure with this, but I know for some blocks, like the recipe would make 2 of them, and instead of having you make like 4 of them, it would actually be like 4 recipes worth, and so you'd have to make 8 fluid tanks, I think was what it was doing. It was sort of strange, but I did get all of this stuff crafted. There's a lot of stuff. This is a lightning rod base. That sounds kind of weird. I don't know how that works or if we really need it, but let's go through here and just claim all of these rewards. Oh yes, so many. And another half a heart. Is that... we only have a quarter heart, so not quite another life, but we're getting there. So we have a bunch of loot bags. I guess we can just open those up right now. Okay, we've gotten that before. Not super interesting. I don't know what those are. I haven't looked it up. The anti-builder. I'm a little afraid. Essence bricks and Essence brick 2.0. Not sure what that is, but okay. Spectre glass, white spectre block, blue spectre block, red spectre block. Not sure what that is, but it's uncommon. We got a sponge, more anti-builder blocks. Ooh. Oh, okay. We could actually take a shortcut today, I think, with those basalts rods. Maybe. And then, oh, we got some soap. That's for, I think it's Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod. You can like wash, or I think you can repair armor in a laundry machine. So let's put a lot of this stuff away in our chest that is filling up very quickly. And then we can put these chance cubes away. So there's one more quest in this chain that we need. We need to make tectonic petroleum, and the recipe for that, well, one of them is in a magma crucible. We can smelt down this stuff, which now that we have the basalts, we could actually do that. We don't have a magma crucible though. And so I don't know if we can actually. If you could do that in a smeltery, that would work. We could check that out maybe. I don't think we need basalt's rods for anything. Although honestly, I don't really want to take a shortcut. Yeah, you can't do it in there, so we are going to need a magma crucible. That's fine. I don't really want to take the shortcut because the actual way to do it means we get to play around with some magnetic craft and immersive engineering. So the actual way to make the tectonic petroleum is we need a refinery, which is a magnetic craft, I think magnetic craft multi-block structure. We need to mix plant oil and biodiesel. Plant oil, for some reason hitting R on there doesn't work. But if we look at plant oil, that is going to take, it's going to take seeds in an industrial squeezer, which is a immersive engineering thing. And it's going to take biodiesel, which is, I believe it's plant oil and ethanol in a refinery. And ethanol is squeezing stuff like apples and wheat and basically plant products. So I'm gonna get those things set up. We need a refinery. We need that. We need that. We need what other blocks? So for the squeezer, it should be pretty simple. We need these light engineering blocks like this, and then we have these industrial squeezers like that, and some more light engineering blocks. And now if we hit it with a hammer, boom, we have a squeezer. So that looks like that. Do we need power for this? Yeah, we do. So let's just take this off of here for now, and we'll power it with our amazing windmill. And it looks like it goes right there. Is that going to be obstructed? No. Okay, that works. So that's filling up with power. Now we need some seeds and also some. I have a bunch of apples here that we can squeeze. And actually, I wonder if I have any more seeds. If I have a lot of them, I should have some. Yeah, we can use these. Let's just take all the ones that aren't good, and I don't know. We'll just grab that for now. Squeeze those up. I'm assuming that those would work. It seemed to be pretty much any seed. So now if we stick those in there, and we'll just do a bunch of them. So that, yeah, that's working. It drained the power pretty quickly. The windmill's not doing great. If we had this thing higher up, it would do a lot better. Like in the higher to the block limit or build limit, the better it does. So while that's squeezing away, we can set up our refinery, which for that we can right click on this thing and it will do that. I'm missing some blocks. We need these, the multi-block chassis. So that, whoops, clicked right through it. These, let's see, let's click on that again. Go right up through here and over there, and then there'll be one there and one there. And this will go all the way up. And then in the middle, in the back, we have these refinery tanks. I think it doesn't actually say what blocks it is. Oh, I need one more of those. I was afraid of that I wouldn't have enough items. And it looks like the rest is just these multi-block components. So I'll get these placed. I'll make another tank, and then we should be able to get this thing up and running. Got the last tank here, so place. And I guess I assume we have to like right-click it with the hammer as well. Maybe. Error in that. Okay, something's wrong here, and I don't know what it is. I found the problem. I need to place blocks underneath here, so we'll take out this space, and then, let's see, I need to grab these, the multi-block chassis, and that should go right down there. And now, if we right-click on it, we shouldn't get an error, hopefully. Boom, there we go. That looks like a refinery. So right-click on there, and oh, this doesn't have an interface. We have to actually like pump stuff in and out of, it looks like. All right. So it looks like, I mean, that's pointing down. I'm assuming that's the output, and these are the inputs. So it looks like we input to those. So we'll have to input our plant oil and, well, for the first one, plant oil and ethanol to get the biodiesel. And then that will give us that. And then we can take the biodiesel and plant oil and make the, whatever, the petroleum that we're trying to make. I just realized that we actually need a fermenter in order to make the ethanol. So I have like 4 buckets of plant oil there. Hopefully that's enough. And I have some fermenter blocks. I'm assuming, I haven't looked this up, but I'm assuming it's basically the same, just like that. And there we go. So now we have a fermenter, very similar to this squeezer. But we can stick that in and get some ethanol. And hopefully that will just pull out right over there. I did a little bit of reworking to combine both of these power outputs. Hopefully they're both working. Both the windmills charging this energy cell, and then that's going to the fermenter here. And we're fermenting, making some ethanol, and we have over a bucket there. So this is the moment of truth. Can we make, where is this stuff? Stuff is disappearing. Can we make some biodiesel? So we got some ethanol, and we have some plant oil. Nothing's showing up there. And this thing is empty. It seemed like it tried to take some of it. Okay, I'm not sure what to do then. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. This questing line is not very good that they made for this mod pack. At least not as good as like Crash Landing. Crash Landing, when you went through a questing line, it would like kind of bring you through a task, and it sort of helped you learn the mods a bit. This one does not. So I had the wrong refinery, which I was kind of wondering about, since the refinery was magnetic craft and we're using like immersive engineering stuff to make the plant oil and ethanol. But I thought maybe we were just merging the two mods, since we were doing all that crafting together. And also, like, I had stuff to make the refinery. We had to make, like here, this refinery. Oh, that's, okay, yeah, this is what we actually need for the refinery. That makes sense. Maybe I should actually just read this stuff. Shoot. Yeah. We did make all that stuff. I think this one, magnetically refined. Yeah, that's where I got that from. We made all this refinery stuff. And so I thought that was the refinery, but no, there is an immersive engineering refinery. I had to look up how to make it, and I'm not sure if we have everything. We need the heavy engineering blocks, light engineering blocks. I think we needed like pipes. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of stuff. All right, I'll admit it. That was mostly my fault. Cirque wasn't paying attention again. Anyways, here is the correct refinery. The way you make it is, yeah, I did get that back, is like this, which I had to do some searching because there's actually a newer layout for how to make the refinery, although it used a block that we don't have here. So I was trying to figure out that, and then I found this one, the older one. So it's, you can kind of see it. There's like a T or an X of these light engineering blocks, and then heavy engineering blocks on the sides. And then on the second layer, you have a light engineering block, heavy engineering block, and then you have these sheet metal blocks. And then we right click it. There we go. So we have all of our, looks like we, I'm assuming we input to one of these tanks and input to another tank. And then this is our output in the middle. I think this is redstone control, and we power it in the back. That looks like the powering spot. I'm just going to grab this, and we may have lost some coil. No, we got 2 coil. Okay. It'd be kind of, since the wires don't go through blocks, it's going to be kind of a pain to move that stuff around. So I'll just do this. And is that outputting? Which way needs to be output? I guess we can just make it all output. There we go. So that's getting power. And now we want plant oil and ethanol. So if we put plant oil there, did it take it out? I'm not sure. Is there plant oil in here? No. So if we do that, now there's plant oil in there and ethanol, and then take that out. And that's working. It's using up power, and we should get some biodiesel eventually. Yeah, it's using up the ethanol and the plant oil. Actually, the biodiesel, yep, it's already pulling it out. Sweet. So now once that gets made, we can put some more plant oil, which looks like there should be some left in there once the ethanol is gone. In fact, do we have a bucket here? We might just stop this. I'm assuming we can do that and it will pull out the liquid. Otherwise, that would kind of suck. Maybe it won't. No, it doesn't seem to be pulling out the liquid. So I guess once you put it in there, there isn't a way to get it out, is what it looks like. Okay. So then let's break this tank because we'll need that for the output here. This is almost done and finished. All right. So we have 2 buckets of biodiesel here. That was this one. So we can put that there and put that in. And now that should be making some stuff. It's probably going into this pipe. If we do that, tectonic petroleum. So hopefully we have enough stuff to make a bucket of that. It's going up. And then once we have that, we can complete the quest. So that's pretty cool. And a bucket has been acquired. Where'd it go? There it is. Tectonic petroleum. Where is the quest? Boom. Done. So that was pretty fun. Actually having to use the mods and the machines to do the quest. One thing though is like now we don't really need these, honestly. I can make biodiesel in here, and I could use I think there's a biodiesel generator somewhere in here, and we could use that for power. But we have other methods of power. I mean, it's another option, and this stuff does seem pretty cool, the immersive engineering. I like the way that it works. We'll definitely have to keep using the blast furnace and the coke oven to get steel for other things. But as far as this stuff, like the refinery and the fermenter and the squeezer, we probably won't need them. So those will probably just tear down and never use again. To finish off the episode, I want to go back into the nether. But before we do that, I want to make a crossbow. And I need the string. I have some flame string that I got from the nether. That makes fiery bowstring. It's a little bit better than normal string. So if we do that, we got a Manulan crossbow. Hopefully that's good. The bow stuff is always kind of tricky because there's different things with like draw speed and like speed of the arrow and all that stuff. And then we need to make a bolt. And I guess to make the bolt core, you pour metal over a tool rod. And I have quite a bit of Manulan, so I'm just using that. There we go. So that's a bolt. Awesome. I don't know if we need more than one of those. Hopefully we don't, because they're kind of expensive. Or not really expensive, but I am running a little bit low on Manulan after making all this stuff. So we got a feather there. Do we just need one bolt? So feather. There we go. 240. Okay, so that's good. So now we have a crossbow. And, ooh, that is a very, very long draw speed. I wonder if I can speed that up. Okay, it looks like I don't need to... Did I shoot those? Where did they go? I don't even know. Oh, okay. So it was loaded in there. Okay, yeah, so now it's loaded in there. If we scroll back to it, is it still? Yes, it stays loaded. And then if I shoot it, it looks like if we scroll away... Oh, no, it does. It saves the spot. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Did we shoot one somewhere else? Where did that go? I don't know. Anyways, that should be good. Let's head into the nether. I just wanted that for like long range. We still have our shurikens, which we can use for short range. So let's head into the nether. I want to get some blaze rods. Also, if we can find some magma cubes, I think that's all I need for a quest where we have to kill things in the nether. We have this one, Mob Hunter. I've killed all the blazes and spiders that we need. I still need 3 more magma cubes, though. Boom. Haha, this thing is awesome. I just killed a magma cube that broke into smaller magma cubes, and so I got all of them. We'll claim that later. I still need to find some more blazes. And boom. And let's wait. I think if I put redstone on this, that might improve the draw speed. That would make this a little bit better. We got another one there. Come on, are you guys dropping blaze rods? Oh, we just improve that. Go away, stupid pigmen. Always angry at me. Aha, now this is what I was looking for. Got a spawner here. Come on, blazes. Spawn. Gave them a little bit more space to spawn here, so they also took away some of our cover, but that's alright. Oh, I totally missed there. Well, get shurikened. So the reason I needed those blaze rods was so that I could make this, an ender chest. This is from the ender storage mod. I think these were actually where the vanilla ender chest came from, like the idea. So these are pretty awesome. They link up to other chests, and they have you can put a color code on them. So I want to break this, and we're gonna replace it with this ender chest. Right now it's just white, white, white. We could put dyes on all of these to color code it to a certain color, and I put another one over there. So now this should make our mob system a lot more efficient. We should be able to get a lot more of those drops because we have less pipes for those to travel by. They're just going right through the chest. And the reason why I looked into these was because I got the suggestion from Kamikaze that we get rid of all of these walkways and platforms, and I think if we do that, I'd like to have these bubbles kind of randomly spaced around, sort of just bubbles floating around in the ozone, since this is Project Ozone. And to do that, we're going to need a lot of wireless things, like these ender chests. These are a pretty cheap way to send items wirelessly. Eventually, we will get... there's a bunch of stuff in Ender.io. I don't know why I got rid of all that. I know I saw something that transmits items, but I don't remember what it is now. I know it was kind of expensive, and it'll be a while before we get that. This one, a dimensional transceiver. This is probably our ultimate goal. This will transport items, fluids, and power. Right now, we can transmit items with the ender chests. We could use tesseracts, although I think those are kind of expensive in this mod. In this mod pack, tesseracts, or I guess it's not too bad. Once we get a fluid transposer, once we get some thermal expansion stuff, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Although, oh yeah, that looks kind of complicated. Not horrible, but a little, definitely harder than it normally is. But the tesseracts do the same thing, I think, as that dimensional transceiver does. And to get around, Ender.io has these travel anchors, not a telepad block, travel anchor. And this will allow you to teleport between anchors. You just have to stand on one and you look at another one and then you jump in the air. So I'm going to put those in the middle if they work. It will be a little bit before we get those going. But for now, this ender chest, I mean, this is a good thing to add in because now this should be able to keep up a little bit better. And we should be able to get more of the items. Maybe not all of them yet. We'll still need to upgrade our pipes a little bit for that to happen. But at least we'll be getting a little bit more, and we'll be able to get a few more resources from our mob farm. And before we go, let us claim this reward. And we have 2 bags to open. So we got, ooh, jeweled apples. That is nice. And a flask of shielding, absorption 4. Okay, I don't know what mod Botania. Okay. So I guess that's kind of like a potion type thing, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. All right, very nice. Well, I hope you have enjoyed another episode of Project Ozone. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, peoples.